If we don't respect the past, we'll find it harder to build our future.
Where did you read that?
I made it up. I thought it was rather good.
It's too good. The one thing we don't want is a poet in the family.
Would it be so bad?
The only poet peer I am familiar with is Lord Byron. And I presume we all know how that ended?
What do you mean?
I think Cousin Robert is referring to Ethel's work as a prostitute.
Well, of course, these days servants are very hard to find.
You're plotting something. I see a Machiavellian look in your eye.
Machiavelli is frequently underrated. He had many qualities.
So did Caligula, not all of them charming.
Simple vulgarity is no substitute for wit.
Well, you started it.
Don't be silly. This won't make any difference to all that. She won't want to get involved.
When you talk like that, I'm tempted to ring for Nanny and have you put to bed with no supper. I would like Maud to see your father as the son she never had.
Will she be the mother I never had?
Sarcasm is the lowest form of wit.
You've been to Russia. None of us have. Did you get to know any when you were there?
Oh, yes, oh, yes.
What, did you keep up with them?
Oh, I'm afraid not. No, an unlucky friend is tiresome enough. An unlucky acquaintance is intolerable.
You're all heart.
Larry Gray has spoken to Mrs. Crawley in a manner that in any other century would have resulted in him being called out and shot.
I can't believe it was as bad as that.
Then you are misinformed.
Is anyone coming?
It seems a pity to miss such a good pudding. Yes, yes, the minister. Well, how many Marquises of Fincher are there? I say, is this an instrument of communication or torture? Hello? Shrimpy? It's Aunt Violet. Very well, very... Yeah. And Susan? Yeah. Good. Good. I won't beat about the bush, dear. Whom might we know on the board of Leeds General Infirmary?
Some man has opened a nudist colony at Wickford in Essex. It's called the Manila Group.
What do you mean a man's opened a colony in Essex?
Not that sort of colony, Mamma. It's for people who want to take all their clothes off.
In Essex? Isn't it terribly damp?
Would that make a difference?
Well, yes, if you had no clothes on. Well, I think it's a mad idea. There's nothing simpler than avoiding people you don't like. Avoiding one's friends, that's the real test. Oh, do you think I might have a drink? Oh, I'm so sorry. I thought you were a waiter. In my day, a lady was incapable of feeling physical attraction until she'd been instructed to do so by her mamma.
I don't believe that.
Seriously, my dear, you have to take control of your feelings before they take control of you.
And I'm afraid you'll dislike it, but she says that she and Tom Branson have agreed to correspond.
Dislike it, I will lick the stamps myself. Now, Mrs. Crawley tells me that you paid her a visit when you first came, that you were amazingly friendly.
Well, I hope I'm always friendly.
Nobody is always friendly.
The mother is keen they should take the matter to court.
Well, you can't blame her.
Why? If her husband wanted me to have the place, who are we to argue?
You never thought to turn it down?
Do I look as if I'd turned down a villa in the south of France? I suppose she has an appropriate costume for every activity.
Tom has been the victim of a cruel prank, which I know you will all be kind enough to forget.
Forgive, perhaps. Forget, never.
Oh, you two are dressed for a barbecue.
I feel like a Chicago bootlegger.
I don't even know what that means, but it sounds almost as peculiar as you look. You want me to tell you why he did it, when the truth is, I do not know. And with that, I will say good night and leave you to discuss my mysterious past. You owe your place to Mrs. Crawley. She would not let me go until I'd promised. She would not relax her grip.
You make me sound very fervent.
Wars have been waged with less fervour.
Well, let's hope we win this one.
If we can show the county he can behave normally, they will soon lose interest in him. And I shall make sure he behaves normally because I shall hold his hand on the radiator until he does.
I'm a feeble substitute for the entire Crawley family.
Yes, but you're better than nothing.
How warming you make that sound.
Really, Granny, how can you say that I'm too worldly, but Sybil's not worldly enough? You cannot be so contrary.
I'm a woman, Mary. I can be as contrary as I choose.